Grabord are a simple bunch, so driving one of their commandeered carts isn't going to be a prob for a clever clog like you. You just need to be shown the basics and you'll be away faster than a cowpat off a hot, shiny shovel. Quick tour of the controller would be good. Oh, would you prefer to use the X button or the R2 button to accelerate? Okay, the basics. Press the acceleration button and your cart will move forward. Keep it down if you want to burn wool. You can achieve some pretty exhilarating speeds in this game, so let go of the button if you want to slow down for a corner or stop altogether. The brake button will stop you even quicker if you need a loo brake. Once you've stopped, keep that brake button held down if you want to reverse. Steering is done by pushing the left stick left or right, or you can use the directional buttons. Well, if you're happy with the ergonomic comfort of your controller layout, just give the old action button a Sammy stab and it's all confirmed. Excellent. You've picked your preferred controller buttons and we can continue. And if you want to go back and alter them at any stage, feel free to do so in the Pause menu or the Settings menu in your pod. You have to feel 100% comfortable when you're wacky racing. Am I not right, sir? In karting lingo, drifting means taking a corner in a really cool way. It's skidding, but controlled skidding, and saves all the hassle of braking. To drift, steer the way you want to go in a corner whilst pressing and holding the drift button. The cart turns to the side and skids in a visually pleasing manner, I might add. It's advisable to hold your drift until your tyres ignite. That's a good time to release the drift button and get a satisfying boost. You get my drift? See, that was a superb bit of drifting, both excellent and excellent. The boost you get is from the positive thinking molecules of the Imagisphere igniting in the drift backdraft. The bigger the flame, the bigger the boost. Now, who wants to know how to steer and drift at the same time? You're doing brilliantly with the drifting. Now to drift whilst steering your cart. So this time, press the drift button and steer with the left stick. Remember, DNS, drift and steer. Nailed it! Knew you would. Now you're equipped with another string to your bow. Well, you passed your driving test with all the flying colours of the rainbow. Time to start your weapons training. No, we're not getting bogged down in the logistics of ballistics. We're simply going to show you how to blast suckers off the road. Behold the Weaponator. A serious bit of kit. Drive through it to pick it up. Then you can start collecting weapons. Each time you get one, Sackboy will be holding it, looking tougher than 9-year-old cheese and twice as dangerous. Oh, nicely collected there, number one. You are now furnished with the Weaponator. It dishes out weapons in what we call RR distribution. RR stands for really random. Press the weapon button to fire. 2 words, or some, like your style. Now, let's talk about how to make every shot count. Taking a hit will slow you down and make you lose slight control of your cart, so avoid it if you can. Now we're going to give you what we call a defensive weapon. Defensive weapons are slightly sneaky in that they can be deployed behind you to slow down other racers or destroy incoming weapons fire. If you watch for the incoming weapon icon, you'll see it changes into a shield. This is the exact time to press the weapon button and deploy your defensive weapon. When the icon shows a shield, the defensive weapon will fire backwards to intercept the barrage from the brutes behind. You tailgaters. Now you're firing on all cylinders, you clever sack bombardier, you. Just remember, once you have a weapon, you can make use of it straight away or save it for a more dire situation. You can set the difficulty level of your game, you know. Normal is your bog standard. Congrats! In fact, what the heck? Congratulations. Have the full lot. You've learned so much in such a short time. If I didn't know better, I'd think you were an android. And if you ever forget anything or you want a quick recap, get your sack tushy back here and we'll do the whole bally lot again. I would love that.
Deep up the slurry, nothing been flavors. Crum, simile, lumping, bedellum, rob, mellum, curve, lovely, blambing, swabbing. Sleep, slobby, boop, you, blood in the himida. Ram him, hammer, shamam. Gam, brimbum, cribum, crim, fribum, bram, bram, bram. Blame, babbling, babum. Berlin, bim, bim, glimmeras. Oeh, ringam, ham, kiramam. La slurpity, la hibia. Ram him, hammer, shamam. Sleep, slobby, boop, you. Blood in the himida.
Well, aren't you the natural-born kart connoisseur? You certainly put the pedal to the metal there, didn't you? And you hugged those turns like they were favorite teddies. Amazing. If you want to master any level you visited, you can, by all means. Or, if you're ready for new levels of exhilaration, use your left stick to find the next badge and action it. Always remember to keep your peepers out for prize bubbles. They're everywhere nowadays. Under this, on top of that, over here, over there. There's big rewards in them thar prize bubbles, so don't let any get away from you. This pod of yours, it's a little plain. It doesn't really reflect your wonderful personality. A dash of discerning decoration, a cascade of crashing colour, a torrent of tactile texture. Oh, you get the flipping picture. Use all the stuff you find lying around the tracks to spruce the place up. The back button will take you back to your pod. Consider me a GPS sat-nav with cryptic, not-so-obvious information, and you have reached our relationship destination. For example, Serpent's Shrine contains many useful shortcuts, some easier to spot than others. Ah.
Rum-bim-him, klim-haram-shubam, blah-shlurgity-blah-bim-bam. Crum-shibbity-blum-bim-ba-diddle-dum, crum-glibbity-bree, roopy-boo.
My dear sack friend, if coconut macaroons, ranging from small to large, were given out as prizes for effort and accomplishment, then you would be awarded one with its own orbit. Crikey, we're nearly running out of this particular planet. Shine on, you crazy knitted diamond. Oh, by the way, if you see any of those newfangled bounce pads on your travels, don't ignore them. Use them. Drive into them and you will be pleasantly rewarded. How? Well, they bounce you onto higher roads and secret tunnels that can save you precious time in a race, or indeed save your cart if someone's on your tail. Got to look after your tail. Remember what happened with the farmer's wife? Nasty business. As if those mice didn't have enough to worry about.
Sleep slobby boop you, blood in the himmeltag. Rum him, klim taram shubam, blush lurbity blah hibiam.
See that? The final level badge. It would appear that those invisible temporal ticks that time flies have been at work again. Time flies when you're having fun and all that, because we have reached the final level, in this pocket of the Imagisphere at least. Squillions more out there, but what wonders and delights does this last level have in store? What perils? Do you have the courage and the weaponry for battle game mode, one must ask oneself? What are the moral implications of blasting the Horde off the free-thinking freeway? Let's find out, shall we? Battle game mode isn't as needlessly chaotic and confrontational as it sounds. It's 100 times worse. Instead of racing to a goal, such as a destination or a time limit, this level has little rhyme or reason other than it's an opportunity to crash your cart into people and fire weapons at them. Well, it's a hobby, isn't it?
Deep slurry, nothing in sleepers, oh, blame babble bubble. Sleep slobby boop you, blood in my himita. Brevlem bringer brevlem berdabblem, berlem bim bim haglimmeros. Bam brimbim fibim krim fibim bram bram, curve labby blam bim flabim. Crom simile lumpim bedurlem, blood in my himita. Brim bum bum kiram bum brim bum brum brim bum brim bum curve flabbery blam dim flabim glibbity bree ha ha.
We knew you were a natural-born Little Big Planetian the second we clocked you. We knew you'd discover something amazing. But a new planet? Wow! You've knocked our woolly socks off. It might be prudent to re-examine the contents of your pod first, though. There's some gadgets, whatnots, and features there that might come in jolly handy. Just a thought.